everybody. Welcome to Mondays with Dale. We that was named that a while back, and it kind of stuck. So now I've kind of taken a liking to it. So welcome to the call. We do these calls every Monday, same time. As I always say, this is designed to create more of a family, tight-knit atmosphere. You know, we're all in this together. We should all work together to try to not only succeed for ourselves and for our teams, but to succeed for the company. You know, the old adage, "A rising tide lifts all ships." If we're helping the company succeed, that's going to be more beneficial for all of us. You know, one of the reasons I created this is communication is so important in a business like this. People need to know what's going on a daily basis. They need to hear from other people, see what other people are doing. Just get uplifted by the fact that there's people doing well at this business. You know, it's a tough business. I won't say it isn't. During your time building this business, you hear a lot of no's, and you need to have a place to come where you can be kind of uplifted, re-energized, ready to go for another week. And that's what I hope we bring to the call here. And again, the more communication we can generate, the more you guys know about what contests are coming up, what are ongoing, special presentations that are coming up, anything and everything that can keep you uplifted and fired up and realizing your goal. When anybody gets in this business to begin with, we have to make everybody a believer, and the fastest way to make somebody a believer is to get them paid. So again, we try to create a situation where we can give people the training, give people the knowledge to succeed as soon as possible. Speaking of communication, I'm going to go over a couple things real quick. I want to point out first that if you look in the chat section here today, you're going to see that there's a link that Barb Dozettis just put on. That's a link to all of my YouTube videos. Basically every training that we've put on, the Super Saturdays, these Monday calls, there's some presentations in there. There's some training on the back office. So use this. This is, you know, we've created this so that you have a place to refer to help you build. And there's so much information back there, and there's so many different interviews with so many different people you can listen to and get a feel for different people's approach to building this business. So again, that's part of the communication I hope to bring today. If you're new to this call, there's certain things that you should download on so that you can stay on top of this business. Number one, WhatsApp. The African market especially is almost all WhatsApp. You want to make sure you have that downloaded so that you can keep up to date with some of the groups. Same thing with Telegram. Telegram is an app that's used by corporate. So a lot of the information that comes from the company itself comes through Telegram. So you want to download that. Obviously, Zoom. With Zoom, this is the way we're keeping in contact. Facebook. The company has its own Facebook page. Many of the groups have their own Facebook page. So you want, if you're not on there and at least having access to some of these groups, you're missing out on some stuff. And then of course, as I said, the YouTube library, and there's not just my stuff, but there's a lot of stuff on YouTube about this company and about the network marketing industry in general, along with information on CBD and all the products. So again, there's so much information out there. You just gotta reach out and look for it. We go a little bit one step further. You know, I have Jody that works with me. If you are in my group or want to be in my group, you just let us know, and she will send to you a list of the groups that we're part of. And it'll tell you which app they're in. It'll tell what the group name is. It'll tell if there's a password, that'll be in there. Everything you'll need to know on how to join these groups so you can stay up to date, stay part of the family. Let me see what else. She'll also post on there the daily, every night she sends out a list of what's going on the following day. and she puts down the meetings with the addresses, the passwords, the times, everything you need. So if you're not getting that, it's only because we don't know of you. So feel free to reach out. You can reach out to me on my personal phone number, which will get you through my WhatsApp, my Telegram. The number is 1-802-343-9075. Or you can reach out to me on Facebook, friend me on Facebook. It's Dale.Franklin, Franklin .378. So feel free to reach out to me if you aren't part of what we're doing, and we'll certainly get you in queue so you're being kept up to date. So that's that. Next thing I want to talk about. Oops, I left the page out here. Where'd it go? All right, right there. Okay. The next thing, meetings that can help you grow. Okay. Obviously, this meeting here, we hope that this meeting every Monday does for you. But there's so many others. We have the Win Network with Alton and Adrian. They do a presentation every single day. We have Chris Bailey, who does an international opportunity presentation every Saturday at 8 p.m. Kenya time. It's noon in the U.S. And if you haven't listened to Chris Bailey do a presentation, he does a phenomenal job. He really does. He's a great opportunity presenter. And he's also a great trainer. Very strategic in how he does things. So you want to connect with them. If you want me to help you, or basically any of my leaders on my team, if you want us to help you with an opportunity presentation, just reach out to us and ask. We can schedule stuff in for you, customize. It doesn't have to be necessarily on our schedule. Let us know what you would like to do. Give us 2 or 3 times that would work for you, and we can do specific presentations just for you and your team. So all you have to do is ask. Last Saturday we had our Super Saturday. It was a good turnout. We do those every month. We had speakers like Chris Bailey was on there, Lennon Ledbetter. There was a whole pile of us that spoke. Vegas Goss, myself. It's 90 minutes long, but it's 90 minutes full, just packed with information on this business. So we do that every month. The next Super Saturday will be April 3rd. So you might want to put that on your calendar, okay? Again, I think when we build this business, you build it. Meetings are so important, and of course, with the pandemic the way it is, this is what we end up with the meetings, these Zoom calls. So we have these Zoom calls to build through the month, through the weekly, daily, whatever we need, and then we get to a Super Saturday. Super Saturday kind of brings it all together. Okay, so to me, Super Saturdays is so important, and that's one step. You have your weekly meetings, you have your monthly meetings, and then of course the company itself has its annual meetings and regional meetings that the people go to keep people fired up, keep people in the know. So if you follow that pattern, you're almost guaranteed a success, because you're going to be hanging around with other people that are trying to do the same thing that you're doing, and so you're just going to basically learn by association. Okay, the next thing I want to tell you guys is something I'm really excited about. Okay, next Monday's call. I don't usually ask this. I would like as many people on this call next Monday as possible. Usually if I have 10 people show up, I have 70 people show up. It's whatever shows. But invite as many people as you can to the meeting next week. This is what's happening. Of course, we Phil and I have built in Africa. We've built teams in South America over the years. We built all over. I have built some teams in the past with my previous company in Ukraine, and a little bit in Russia. Well, we have My Daily Choice has hired a company to expand our reach in Ukraine, Turkey, Russia. All the Russian satellites like Kazakhstan and all of them, and the lead person that they've hired to do this, his name's Boris. Let me try to get his last name right. Boris Shestopolov. Okay, he is going to be on the call on next Monday with me. I'm going to be interviewing him, and this is a guy who has built throughout that whole region and he has built, he's also had huge connections in Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia. So this is a natural kind of a slide for Phil and I, going from Africa and slide up into northern Africa, and then slide up into the Ukrainian bloc and Russia and that whole area. So this is something, and I know I was talking to Boris, and he was telling me that you know, so many people from northern Africa went to school, went to college, university in Ukraine over the years, and so there's such an affiliation there. So this is a perfect situation. The other thing that's great about this is, I want to just tell you a little bit about his resume real quick. He's a Ukrainian by nationality, but he lives in South Africa. Right now he's staying in Ukraine because he's building this group for us. But he actually lives in South Africa. So there's this kind of a African Eastern European footprint that's really kind of come to the fore here. But listen to some of the things he's done. There's a company called Jurelia. He helped build that in 1 year to 30,000 consultants. Another company, Tranquini, I think I'm pronouncing that right. He was with them for this is more of a store type situation, and they built that to 20,000 listed stores over a 5-year period. But what I want to really get you to listen is, he was with Avon. He has so many connections with us coming out soon with our cosmetic lines and stuff like that. I mean, this is going to be a perfect scenario. He has built teams in South Africa and Namibia to 220,000 representatives. In Egypt, he built a team of 30,000 representatives. In Bulgaria, it was 50,000 representatives. In Ukraine, it was 100,000 representatives. I mean, this is a guy who knows how to get things off the ground, and he's going to be on this call next Monday. And we're totally in pre-launch in that area right now. So we're going to be able to have a stepping stone into what's happening before a lot of the rest of the MDC world knows about it, okay, or is prepared to work on it. We're talking about maybe a June launch date, but between now and then we can build through the pre-launch. So get on this call. It's going to be so important to listen to what he has to say. I'm gonna quiz him on, you know, what his plans are. And we're gonna really kick this into gear. This is really, I mean, I still, don't get me wrong, I love the African market and I love the African people, and I'm certainly never going to leave you. But at the same time, I want to have a world footprint, and this to me is the most logical way to do this, because Africa and Eastern Europe have such a synergy. So invite as many people as possible. You're not going to want to miss this call. So that's that. Next thing, if you were on the call last week, you saw a little video of about a 30-minute video that we put on with Madeline Lewis talking about relationship mapping. And there's another piece of that. It's only about 5 minutes long that I want you guys to hear now before we go into our interview. So let me just share my screen. Can you guys see that okay? Somebody give me a thumbs up. Yep, good. Okay, we're just going to show 5 more minutes of this, and it's all on approach. So please listen to what she has to say.
And at a later time as a repeat, and do that exercise, okay? So building strategy, we all got that, right? Awesome. Okay, approach. How do I approach people? If I'm going to have this and I'm going to need to make phone calls and talk to people, how do I do that? Well, there's a few approaches that you can use out there, but this one is my particular favorite, okay? I just learned this building method from a multi-millionaire, which means you also just learned the building method of a multi-millionaire. So if you were talking to somebody, this is what you might say. You might say, I just spent the last several hours learning how multimillionaires make their money. I have a plan. I know exactly how to do it, and I'm about to do it, and I want to take you with me. When can we meet? Now, a few parts of that are important. Number one, If you're talking to the right person, if you're talking to a business-minded, entrepreneurial, financially driven and motivated person, do they want to know how multimillionaires make their money? Yes, they do. If you're talking to that person and you say, when can we meet? Notice how I didn't say, can we meet? Notice how I didn't say, would you like to meet? I said, when can we meet? Because I am going to assume the sell. I am going to employ something called TNT. Take control and tell them what to do, okay? TNT, assume the sell. I just spent the last several hours learning how multimillionaires make their millions. Unbelievable. I have been enlightened. I have a plan. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I want you to come do it with me. When can we meet? Now, remember, what did I do? I just outlined for them. I told them where I'm going. I'm going to go make millions. I have a plan, and I know exactly what I'm doing. I told them why I'm talking to them. I want you to come do it with me. They know why I'm talking to them. And then what did I do? I made sure to assume the close. When can we meet? When can we meet? All right. Now, once I've done that, I can then set up an appointment for them. Now, one of a couple responses is going to come out. Okay. They are either going to, number one, they're going to give you a date and time, or they're going to say, why make me wait? Let's talk now. I've had that one too. They're going to schedule an appointment with you. Done. Take it. Schedule that appointment, make that phone call, or go face-to-face, sit down and meet with them and have that meeting, okay? That's the first response you might get. The second response is, good for you. I'm happy for you. I'm really excited for you, but I'm not interested, or that's not for me, or I don't have time. Guess what? You now know. You now know you're not talking to the right person. This is not an entrepreneur. This is not a business-minded person. This is a person who is not in that frame of mind. But you know what the brilliant part about that is? That is no problem, because we're looking for three types of people, remember? We're looking for the business owners, but we're also looking for salespeople, and we're also looking for customers. Okay? So here's what you didn't do. You didn't tell them anything about your product yet. Okay, you just told them that you're going to go do something. So what you open the door up for yourself to do is, in a couple weeks later, you can call them back and say, hey, remember how I was doing that, how I told you I was going to do that business? I've found the product that I'm working with, and you have to try it. Now, guess what they already know? They already know you're doing business for yourself. They know that you're selling a product, not offering them to share a product. You're not offering to give them a product, because you told them you're building a business, and now you just said, I found the product that I'm going to do it with. You have to try it. Now you're offering the opportunity to try your product, and they can become a customer, and you didn't burn any bridges because you didn't get into too much information that they weren't interested in the time, and ruin your chance to talk to them about being a customer. So you've just established yourself as the opportunity to now pre-select them. They select who they are before you ever continue the conversation, and those are your responses. So if they give you a date and time, they're a good potential business owner. You want to give them the presentation. If they're good for you, but that's not for me, they just identified themselves as a customer, treat them that way. Let them know, hey, no big deal. Absolutely no big deal. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to do this. I'm excited about it. And I'm sure I'll talk to you soon. And a couple weeks later, call them up and tell them, hey, you remember that business that I was starting? I just found the product I'm going to do this with, and you've got to try it. And now you have a customer approach. So those are the two things, and that is how you do the approach. All right. So let's go ahead and crack off the approach. Now, once you've scheduled the appointment, whether it be open person, you need to know how.
Okay. I wanted you to hear how she approached people on that. I think that's so important. Let me get out of this stop share here. Okay. So remember last week she talked about relationship mapping and how to build a team that was tied together through knowing each other. And then she takes that one step further, and she showed you how to approach people and decide whether they want to be a business owner or be a customer. I wanted you guys to see that, so that when you're thinking about what you learned last week, you know what to do with it afterwards. Okay. So again, I think that's so important to learn. She is a phenomenal trainer. some of the stuff she trains on after that in that particular video is more specific to another company. So I didn't think we needed to see that. But bottom line, take a look at that. Go back into the library, look at what we talked about last week as far as relationship mapping, and then look at that again. And you've got the tools to go out and build a huge empire. So that's that. Next thing today, we have a treat today. One of our East African 10K affiliates is on the call today, and we're gonna do a little interview with her. Her name's Ann Gathama. She's I know her as Becky Ann. We've known each other for over a year, well over a year. I think we actually chatted back in. I'm not sure if we chatted in December, but I know we chatted last February when I was over there. She is she's a natural leader. She built this team, and it's funny how everybody builds differently. She built it where she had one leg that she built and got very, very strong with some great leaders. And just recently, she found her leaders for her other leg, and now she's building that leg. And so she literally went from she hit 1K, 5K, and 10K all in the same month. I mean, just phenomenal. So this is a woman who is smart enough to see the power of what we're doing, see what the potential is, stuck with it, kept working the business, reached 10K. She has a goal for this year. I'm gonna let her tell you what her goal is. I'm not gonna ruin it for her, but she has the drive to succeed. I respect this woman so much because she stuck with it until until she was able to take it to the next level. I consider her a friend and a business partner, and I hope that we'll be friends and business partners for years and years to come. And again, I think her future looks bright. So, Ann, are you on the call? Can you unmute yourself? There we go.
Yeah, Mr. Dell.
Hi, Ann. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to just ask. You've been on here before. You've seen what we do. It's more of a conversation than anything else. We're just going to chat back and forth and let everybody get to know you a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your life before MDC. What did you do before that? Were you connected with network marketing? I know much of that, but tell us your story before you got into My Daily Choice.
Okay, my name is Ann Gathama. Before I joined MDC, I was in another company, industry called OrganoGold. I've been in OrganoGold for over 7 years. So I worked with them for 7 years, and we had a good mentor who was mentoring us how to do the business, so that we cannot move to see other business, because we can do the business and be persistent for many years and get something back. So we did Organo for over 7 years. I was a Sapphire, Ruby, and I brought up so many people in that network marketing for being Diamond from Tanzania and from Uganda, from all over. Then there was a book we were reading called Think and Grow Rich. That book helps us very much. Then another thing we were told, if you join a business, you have to do this business for 18 months before you say you are not getting anything. So you be consistent for 18 months. After 18 months is the time you will know whether the business is doing so well to you or it is not doing so well to you. So that's why I stayed over 7 years. We were with my 25K Elizabeth Kivua, with my 25K Beatrice Seu, with my 10K Alice Kisoso, with my 5K Lillian Olwenyi, with my 5K Agnes Mudasha, Lillian Maenda 10K, all of us, we were in OrganoGold for over 8 years, 7 years and above. Then after 7 years, the owner of the company decided to sell the company to another industry. So he moved to another company. So that's why we decided to look something else, because we could not move with him. That is the time I came up with my daily choice, and I saw it's also from America, it's doing well. So I called my people from Organo Gold and we sat down. Then we talked. We said, this one can be like Organo Gold. This one we can do it instead of moving with the leader to another company. We should check which company can compensate us like Organo before. And that's why I moved to my daily choice in 2020 February. And that is the time I stopped. We moved out from Organo Gold. Then we went to MDC. In MDC, I've been working with my superstars. We call them, we were told they are not downline. They are superstars. I've worked with them and being persistent and consistent, because 18 months is not yet to say this company is not working. So that's why.
I know that you guys did really well with Organo Gold. I
Yeah.
know you had, like you said, you had a couple people who became diamonds in the company. I think you had the first 2 female diamonds in all of Africa, didn't you?
Yes, Beatrice and Lillian. We had 3: Beatrice, Lillian, and Faith.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So again, it's one thing to do really well with one company, and you did something that proves to people the value of staying with a company for a longer period of time. So many people get into network marketing and they stay for 6 months or so and say, I haven't made as much as I wanted to make, and they quit just when things are starting to take off. And by you show the proof in the importance of staying with a company long term. And the only reason you really left was because of a change in ownership and probably a change in philosophy. That's the beautiful thing about our company is with the young owner that we have in Josh and Jenna Zweigel. We have a young couple that are planning to build their business over the next 30, 40, 50 years. And so we know we're going to have that continuity because he has very high goals. So people that join, like you, Ann, that have proven that you stay with a company for a long period of time, that's proof that if staying with a company for a long period of time is how the money is made.
Yeah. At least 18 months before saying it's not working. 18 months is very good. Then I would like people to read that book called Think and Grow Rich. It's very good.
The fact that with our company, you were able to start, some of your team were able to start making money practically within a week or two of getting in the business. That was probably a little different than Organo Gold, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good. But what is lacking here, maybe it's because of the corona year. Here it is lacking the incentives and the something else small, but incentive is very important in Africa. I
Sure.
think that is what we're gonna do this year of 2021. We check on incentive. Africa people love incentives, love traveling, love cars, bonuses. That's why they do very well in Africa. But without incentive, sometimes they are down because you need to show something. This car I bought through my MDC, my daily choice. This house I built with my daily choice. I went to Las Vegas because of my daily choice. I went to Mombasa for a holiday of 3 days because of my daily choice. Those are things African love, and I think we can do that in this year.
Absolutely. When I was over there, I tried to travel as much as possible. And if it wasn't for the pandemic, I'd have been over there 2 or 3 times since, but it's opening up. As you all heard, the 19th and 20th of this month, Chris Robinson is going to be in Kenya. So I think that's going to excite some people, and then he's going to go from there to South Africa the following week. So we're finally getting freed up, as far as things we can do. You told us about your life before MDC, and you said you met with your team and discussed with them joining MDC before you actually joined. What was the key thing that had you guys decide? Was it the products? Was it the comp plan? Was it the company culture? What was it that really sold you on our company?
So what was there more more or less. The compensation plan is good. That one, the 85%, it's very good in my daily choice. That one made us join the business. And also the products, they're also working. The CBD oil is so good. So in Kenya, we are selling a lot of CBD oil because it's working. Because in Organo, we stayed for 7 years, but we were selling coffee, only coffee.
Sure.
But in my teachers, we have many different kind of products. And the
Well,
compensation plan is also good.
well, we learned the hard way that with this pandemic, a lot of the companies that were only selling one thing, like some of the travel companies and things like that, that's all they were selling, and there was no travel. World Ventures it went bankrupt. Several other companies have closed their doors. The fact that we
Yeah.
sell, you're right, the fact that we sell so many
Yeah,
different,
it was affected because of the pandemic. I know that. That's why.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But the fact that we sell so many different products, even though we have a travel portal, even if the travel portal was off, we had other things that people could sell until the travel came back. So, and as we've said, that the rumor on the street, pretty strong rumors, we're going to have another line of product to sell here very soon. We're probably going to hear about it in May at the Las Vegas meeting. So exciting things are coming.
Okay. Thank
Let me see. Let me ask you a couple other things. You were talking about the comp plan and how you liked it so much. You must have been pretty excited about the new 1K, the 1K affiliate, so that people get paid a bonus even at a earlier stage in their business. Is that correct?
Yeah. The 1K you get paid immediately you reach 1K rank.
And it makes it so much easier for to wrap your head around the fact. It's one thing for people to say I got to reach 5K. It's another thing to say I'll reach 1K and then I'll train 5 other people to reach 1K, and that'll make me a 5K. And that's what you did to build yourself up to a 10K, correct?
Yeah. Yes. True.
Yes. What specific thing or things that do you feel have aided you in your personal success? What has been the thing that you think has helped you the most that you do that in building your team?
Okay, in building my team, what I have done, I meet people one-on-one. So when I meet them one-on-one, like now, because we were with them in another company, and they saw how persistent I was, and they saw how I can help each other. So when we meet with them, we sit down and strategize, and we see we can do this and that so that we can help this person to do this level. But now, last year, what happened? We were doing this business when at home because of the pandemic. But now there are people who joined the business. They know how to do it on their own. My superstar, like Elizabeth, she can do it without me. Beatrice, she was doing it without me. Now this year, that's why January I looked for people because the country opened. Now you can move from one place to another place. So that is the time I started moving so that I can see whether I can do good in this year in my daily choice.
Now you have you're fearless. You have reached out to people from other countries. I know you have a gentleman from Somalia who became a 5K in his first month in the business. I know you're talking to people in Rwanda. So you're not only reaching out to people in the countries we're already in, but you're actually inviting people from other countries to join, correct?
Sorry, pardon. Somebody called my phone.
Oh,
Sorry, pardon.
I said you've added people from you have a team building in Somalia. You have a team building in Rwanda. So you have expanded your reach beyond just what we have in the East Africa that we already have for sales. Correct?
Yeah, this team of Somalia, I was with it in Organo Gold, that they were doing very well in Organo Gold. So I followed them to move to my daily choice from Somali. So there are people, they know me and I know them. So we have worked with them for over 8 years. So that's why I moved. And somebody from Rwanda, they moved to another company, but now they came back and looked for me. and they are saying they want to join my daily choice. That one I'm following up by 17th this month. He will join with his team.
You know, you're teaching people about a specific thing that you're doing. You know, as we said, you know, World Ventures has struggled. Crowd One has struggled. AIM Global has struggled. So you're doing exactly what you should be doing. You remember the people you knew from Organo Gold, and you followed up with them and see if they want to follow you into your new venture. And there's people on this call that could easily do the same thing. Just reach out to people that you know that are in another company, and some people say, hey, because another company is struggling, you shouldn't go after their people. But the bottom line is, in the real world, if people are struggling in one company because that company is struggling, they're already looking for another place to go. So at least if you reach out to them, they know what you have to offer. Whether they go with you or not, at least they know. If you don't, at least reach out to them. They won't know what you're doing. So you're doing the perfect thing, I think.
Yeah, thank you. I follow them wherever they are. I just try to show them the core plan, because the core plan is very good, and the rank incentive is very good. So I follow them and show them how we are doing the business, and the product is good. That's why they joined the business.
Absolutely. So again, I hope everybody on this call understands what she's doing. She basically became a detective, and she just followed up with the people that she knew from her previous company, and she is growing like crazy. I know. Would you like to tell us? I know what you said for me, but tell us what your goal is for this year.
My goal for this year is to go up to 100K, God willing. So when we talk about Africa and the incentive comes in and some things comes in, I know we're gonna be far this year. By the end of 2021, I'll be 100K and above.
And I have no doubt about that whatsoever. You already, as we said, you built one leg first and built that to a very mature leg, and now you're building the other leg. And I know some of the leaders you're bringing on. It's certainly going to happen for you. You're doing all the right things. And the reason I say that is, guys, all of you out there, I mean, I think we set our goals too low. I've noticed some people in this business, and especially in Africa, they reach 5K, and they reach 5K. The following month they reach 5K again, and then the next month they don't reach their goal. And I think what happens is you get comfortable making a certain amount of money, and you say, well, great, that's where I want to make, and I'm happy with that. But if I had a choice between working a job, which is what, if you set your goals too low, you've got to do that every month forever. Why not set your goals higher and continue to build until you're 100K or a 250K, and then you make the kind of money that's not only can carry you through the rest of your life, but can help your children and your grandchildren. So I think Ann's got the right idea. Set your goals high. Work hard, get there, maintain it for as many years as you can. Keep trying to grow as much as you can, but always be trying to do more, because you're not just doing this for you. You're doing this for your children, your grandchildren yet unborn. You're doing it for your communities. You're doing it for all the people that are part of your team that you want them to succeed too. So I just think our goals, we need to make our goals higher. Your goals should always be something that's so high that you know that maybe you will never achieve it, but in the process of getting to that goal, you're going to achieve things that you never would have otherwise. So again, I hope you all sit back after this meeting and say, okay, are my goals high enough? Should I be reaching for a higher goal? So, Ann, what do you predict? I know you said you want to be a 100K affiliate. How do you predict the company is going to do in Africa over the next year, and what do you plan on doing to build yourself to that level?
Okay, one thing I can say, I'm very happy because we have a very good office in Kenya, and we have the best manager who is called Cyrus Mavi. When I get somebody who is really interested and want to do the business, Before I explain, I call that person to the office. We meet with the manager. We sit down. We strategize. So sometimes you can't do alone. You have to do with somebody who knows what is next. So we can do it because of the office. One thing with the office in Kenya and with the money, with the help of the manager, then my team, that one can make us go very far. Yeah.
Absolutely. You're no doubt, I've known Cyrus, the country manager from Kenya for well over almost going on 2 years, I guess now. And he's a great man. And you're absolutely right. I've been over to Africa 7 times over the last few years, and the one thing people always ask is, do you have an office? And
Yes, that's the question.
so that
Yeah.
people, the African market wants an office. They want product in country, and they want somebody they can reach out to when they got to.
Yeah, they want to work African. They are so demanding on some things.
Sure.
So we know how to go about them. Yes.
So you're, again, as you say, having those things are so powerful.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. You shouldn't, for the most part, you shouldn't try to close your own people. You should, it should be more of an invite. Invite them to the office. Invite them to see what's going on at the office. Maybe watch a presentation or some training there. Introduce them to Cyrus if he's there. There's so many things that help you other than just telling somebody about the business yourself. We all, if we're talking to our friends always see us a certain way. And maybe you grew up with somebody and they remember some day when you did something embarrassing, and that stuck with them. So when you start being serious about a business, maybe they don't look at you as serious as you'd like them to look at you. But when you introduce them to somebody else who's successful in the business or knows the business, it's a totally different mindset, and it helps you grow by, again, inviting them to meet with somebody other, that they don't know. So, and with Africa, I know the office is so important. Getting people there so they can see, and I know that office there in Kenya is so beautiful. Just getting them there, they're impressed right off the bat that we've invested the kind of money we have to have that office there. So we're coming up on close to the end of today's. Tell us, is there anything else you'd like to tell the people on this call about the business, about your success, about your plans for the future?
I can tell people to just continue doing the business, to be persistent, and not to lose hope, and not to say after 3 months, I've not gotten this, I've not done this. You need to stay in the business to build one side, you build the other side slowly. At least you go for over 1 year in the business, not looking behind, not looking any other business, not looking someone else is getting this on the other business or the other industry. Look about your industry, because your industry has are the best. Our industry has are the best product and the best marketing plan. So when you be consistent every day, you dream about the MDC, I'm telling you, you will never regret.
That's fantastic. And you're absolutely right. People need to have a mindset when they get into this business to treat it like a business. And you wouldn't start a store and have it open for 2 months and say, oh, it's not working, I'm gonna quit. If you were going to open a store, you would plan on investing in that store for 2 or 3 years to optimize your income. And that's the same thing you need to do with this business. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on, Ann. Thank you for giving us your background and what you've done in the past. I mean, I hope you guys all listened to what Ann was saying, as far as she came from another company that she didn't feel comfortable with anymore, but she reached out to the people that she used to be, that were part of that team with her, and all she did was explain to them what she was doing and what the options were as far as the comp plan, the products, and everything like that, and then let them make a decision. And the wonderful thing about it was, she said they came from Organo Gold. Organo Gold is a good company, But for them to see what's going on there and then still want to come and join our company shows you how fantastic our company is and how the future is with us. We're just getting started. It's the growth potential for this company is just incredible. We're gonna be a multi-billion-dollar company. We're gonna be there not too long. At this point in time, I see Cyrus is on the call. I want to save just a little bit of time for him if he's got a minute, just to kind of say hi and give us maybe an update on what's going on over there. Cyrus, are you available?
I'm available. How is everybody doing?
Hi, Cyrus. Good to talk to you.
Pleasure to talk to you, everybody there. I just met a friend on this Zoom called Woody Wilson, all the way from Australia. And it's amazing that one can do this business from such a distance, and he's got an interest in somebody in Kisumu. Yet some of us sometimes say we don't have enough people to prospect with within Kenya. And I know Phil is also on the call. Phil is always giving me links to people in Tanzania, Uganda, and many other places. And maybe my message to us guys on this call is this: we have so many suspects out there we can change to prospects. And I think not very many people know about My Daily Choice. We are only 1.5 years old, I would say. Not even 1.5, it's 1 year old now. And I would just tell us that let's go out and expose our business, expose our products to as many people as possible. I know Babs is doing a good job in Tanzania exposing our business, but when I talk to so many people, they still tell me they've not heard of My Daily Choice. So let's go all out, guys. Too many people looking for opportunities during these COVID times. And yet we have one of the best opportunities. Ours is a vehicle to get people to where they deserve. When I met Anne Bete a year ago, we started chatting, and she has now developed such a big team, as you can see, with so many people under her. She's not been worried about the people who she has brought to get to 10K, 5K, 25K. It's just that she has that determination to know that this business is here to stay. We will be here for the next 20, 50, 100 years. So thank you so much, Anne. You're an inspiration to so many people of us. Liz, Joshua, Apollo in Uganda. I am available for anybody. What I say is this: I am part of your delivery. I am part of the system. So please make use of me anytime you need information, anytime you need to get a contact, get to know our training program at the office. We are here to serve. So thanks, Dale, for knowing you 1 year ago when we met at the Stanley and had some nice coffee. I would say that for anybody looking out for an opportunity, we have the best opportunity in the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cyrus. It's so good to have you come on. I'm looking at the messages on the chat here, and I see somebody said, do you have a link to the video you showed earlier? If you go again, if you go up a little further in the chat, you'll see that Barb put a link into all my YouTube videos. So if you want that video, just go in there and grab it. So, and the same thing, the one we're doing today, that'll be in there probably by tomorrow. So again, any of these meetings we've had are all on my YouTube channel. You just have to go in there and pick out the ones you want. So see if there was any other questions here. I think that's it. I think that answers all the questions. So I want to thank you all for coming on. I can't emphasize enough, next week, get on that call next week. It's gonna, if you want to grow beyond the borders of your country, if you have friends in other countries you want to reach out to, think about this. You might know somebody in Kenya who knows somebody in Uganda, who knows somebody in Morocco, who knows somebody in Tunisia, who knows the people in Ukraine, from Ukraine, Russia, Kazakhstan. I mean, when I first got in this business, my first month in the network marketing business, at the end of that month, I was in 11 countries, just because one person knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody, and it just shot around the world. I had no control of it. So just think about that. try to be on next week's call. I hope we have a huge turnout. I think you'll all be very happy that you get on that call. So that's about it for today. And thank you so much. You are an inspiration. You are proof. You're proof of determination. And I know we're going to be partners and business partners and friends for years and years to come. I can't wait to get back over there and see you. So for you and for Cyrus, thank you for coming on. Everybody else, have a great week. Go out there and kill this thing. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. And then we'll see you here again next Monday. And you'll learn about how to expand your business to even more parts of the world. So having said that, I love you all. Have a great week. And we're going to close off this meeting.